and then some of the changes that have been implemented, but then I'm also going to show you where you can find your leads for all the advertising that's being done through Listing Concierge. So pretty simple, Listing Concierge tile on CB Desk. We're going to go ahead and click into that. It's Monday. Everything's going a little slow. This is how it works. But once it logs in, so it's going to look very similar to what you've been used to if you've used this platform before. So same concept walking through, but we'll walk through creating an order, and I'll show you some of the newer features that we have. So listing, I'll just use an old address that I already did just for the purpose. If you are doing global luxury, you do click this down here. MLS ID. So you don't have to have one to start, but it is important to put one in. So even if you're just going into the MLS and putting it in as a draft and literally not putting any other information, it'll probably make your life a little bit easier just to have this MLS ID when you start the order. So hit continue. So this is what's going to look different, right? So we no longer have bronze, silver, gold, and platinum packages. We have launch, reach, and luxe. So reason for that was they created bronze during the COVID time, right? When nobody could really go anywhere and a lot of the stuff wasn't necessary. So we're kind of dialing it into what the market is telling us we need in terms of marketing. And these are the different packages. So the biggest difference that you'll see between the launch and the reach is that still just like between bronze and silver, there's no mailers or print advertising with the launch package. And print advertising, I mean, that's produced, not that you can't print out a flyer and things like that from that launch package. But this goes down through and tells you everything that's in here, right? So if you click on it, it'll actually give you a brief description of exactly what it is. And you can do that on all of the different packages that we have. So you can, the thing that is different and that they've updated, and I love it, people have been asking for it, right? It's can we add some things on, right? Like maybe I want to use this launch package, but I do want some of that print advertising. So you can actually come down here and select the different options that you want to add on to it, and it gives you the additional cost, right? So say you want this launch package, but you want those just listed and just sold postcards, right? So it's 27 included. One goes to your seller, one goes to you, so that's 25 out to the public, and it's about $1 a postcard. If anybody knows what postage is these days, I think it's in like 63 cents or something like that. So they are creating and printing these postcards for less than 40 cents, right? The postage is not something that we can control. So pretty good pricing on that. And if you do want to add anything, you literally just click on the little dot next to it, and it adds it, and it updates your price up here. So if you're trying to stay within a budget, you can see where you're at with these different add-ons, right? And once we go in further, you can do more than 27 postcards or 25 to the public. This is just the minimum that they're requiring, that it makes sense to actually print out some marketing materials, right? So again, there are different things that you can add. You can add additional social web advertising through Boost, brochures, mailers, all that good stuff. And you do have some additional things over here as well. So once you have clicked on exactly what you want to be added, or if you don't want any additions, that's cool, no worries. Also, the option to use your own photographer is still available. So photos are included. That's why it's marked here. If you are going to use your own photographer, you unclick this and it reduces the price, right? So I believe it takes $50 off. Yeah, so this is $169. without the, or with the photography, you unclick it and it goes down to $119. So $50 comes off the package if you do want to use a photographer that is not one of our listing concierge photographers. So once you have your package, I'll just go ahead and add some of these things in. This web advertising, I think that it's pretty great, right? So this gives you the option, if you can see here, just listed add-on of 7 days or just sold add-on of 7 days with the market. And I would suggest probably the just sold add-on. I mean, unless you have a particular property that would require a special buyer, right? And you want to get that advertisement out and you don't think it's going to sell within 14 days, then you can add that just listed on. But we're going to go ahead and add that just sold on. We'll click select. All right, so listing details, same thing once you get here that we've seen before, right? So you can add all of the information in here. We'll go ahead. You can change this price, offered at, priced at, listed for. These are just the languages that'll show up on flyers and such. You can add your bedroom and bathroom count, square footage. And these are just populating because obviously I used an old listing, so it's remembering, which is quite convenient for the purpose of time. Go ahead and select next. Single agent, co-listing. If you're on a team, you can change these options up here. Hit next. Professional photography, click on that pencil. And so you have the option of 360 tour designs, next door photos. And these are some additional add-ons here, right? So the different companies, I think they have roughly the same, oh, nope, I think virtual staging is available at 360. So we'll go here. If you want to add these on, all you do, so aerial photos, floor plan, that's a cool add-on, right? $40 extra. You want to do a twilight, you can add that on. Virtual staging, $30, add that on there. Hit next. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's going to bring it over to here. So we'll do floor plan and virtual staging. You're going to hit next. This is where you're requesting your time. I know that a lot of times sellers are like, I want to get the house on the market right away, right away. So you can request as soon as possible, but please just know that obviously they have schedules as well. So you're not confirmed and the time is not set until the company reaches back out to you. So you can select the date. Say we're looking at Friday. We'll do 10 a.m. You have to select your time zone. Otherwise, you won't be able to hit next. I've had a couple people ask about that. Go ahead and hit next here. If you want to give them any instructions, right? Agent will meet. All right, customize your package. So this is additional things you can do to customize, right? So this was an option before with the postcards. So you can add additional on if you want. So let's say we want to add 25 just listed additional and 25 just sold. So that's bringing your quantity total, if you can see down here, up to 52, and it's giving you that additional price for those postcards. Go ahead and hit next. And then you just go through and check out, right? So this is giving you your total. So your adjustments and add-ons, and then your additional add-ons down here, that's bringing the total of that package to $373.50. If you're like, oh, maybe didn't want to spend that much, or hey, I have a $500 budget for my marketing, you can go back in and change and update some of those things as necessary. So this is a prepaid thing, so you do have to put your credit card information in when you order the package. If you ever have any issues when something wasn't done, or say you haven't even had photos and something happens for your sellers, life changes, they're no longer listing it, you can reach out to Jeff Gagan, and as long as no work has been done, we can get that money back for you. Just FYI on that. Don't make a habit of that. Obviously, make sure that we're only using it in extreme circumstances. But if that does happen, you can reach out to Jeff to get some money back. So that was literally only 10 minutes. Does anybody have any questions on this portion before I go over into Boost to show you where to get your leads? I will also go back into a previous package. It's going to look the same when you're going through the things that they're providing. But does anybody have any questions at this point? No? Cool. Good. That means it's pretty self-explanatory, right? All right. So this just came out like a couple weeks ago, so I haven't used it yet, but the back end is still going to look the same. So it's still going to look like this, and it's going to give you when things are happening, when you need to approve them. So just make sure once you get your photos back, you do get email updates when things are ready for you to review. Just make sure you're going back in and actually approving these things. You're paying for them, so it'll tell you status done, proofing. My bad, I obviously didn't activate the website, but when things are done, it'll tell you that they're done, and then you can download them. One of the cool things that I like is they put the photos into that video slideshow, and if you have, sorry about all the ums this morning, it's Monday, I'm a little tired. So if you have a YouTube channel, you can download that and then upload it onto your YouTube channel, which is pretty cool. So this end will still look the same for you. It's just the cool add-on features that you have for the packages themselves. So where do those leads go? So I know that it's kind of confusing because it's a different tile altogether, which some people are like, I don't know where my leads are. I think Trisha and Betsy are going to touch on this. They're doing an in-office training on Thursday, but we're going to go over a brief of it now. So this Boost Home Spotter tile on CB Desk is the platform that is used to put out those ads that people are seeing on social media. I just saw something on somebody's listing the other day where somebody was like, oh, I was looking on this website and your listing came up as an advertisement, and they were just telling another agent over social media, and I thought it was kind of cool. So this is where Boost lives, in that tile, right? So you can set up just straight up marketing campaigns without a listing if you want, and it's going to tell you where we're advertising, right? So viewed on top sites such as ESPN, Forbes, HGTV, things like that. It is also on social media. This is the thing that has gotten a lot of people. So they're like, where did my leads go? Like, I forgot to get them. Where did they go? And now I don't see anything. This defaults to last 30 days. So if you're like, I know I had a listing 2 months ago and I didn't grab my leads from it, but now they're not there. They're there, I promise. So just go here, go to all, and then it will generate and it'll show you all of your campaigns that you put through, right? So it's going to tell you how many engagements you had, how many clicks, how many ad views, and if the campaign is still running or if it's ended. So from here, to get your leads, you're going to click on View, Web Platforms, Facebook, and the web. It's going to show you your ad. Okay, cool. Where are my leads? You got to click over here to Engaged. And this is going to show you all of the leads that were pulled during your advertising period. So these are a lot of emails, right? That's pretty cool. How do you get all of these contacts? You hit Export Leads. It downloads it into a CSV file for you. This looks like a disaster. I understand that. The only fields that you need here are going to be first name, last name, email, and phone number. So we'll just do a little Excel editing here. Just whoop all the way over. You can double click between the lines. If we had any phone numbers, we don't. So first name, last name, email address, right? So 46 contacts because that first line is name and email. So you can just save this as the listing or the the property address for your listing, and then reach out to these people. I don't suggest waiting until way after the ad period is over, right? You should be checking this as your ad is going on. So you can still reach out to them after the fact. Don't think, oh crap, I did 4 orders and I never touched base with anybody. Download their contacts, put them up into your Moxie CRM, and just set them up on a monthly newsletter. People might unsubscribe, they might not. Who knows? You have their email address. Why not try to touch base with them? So cool stuff here. Again, in Boost, you can do your own advertising as well if you want to just advertise yourself out as an agent. But this is the part that is tied to Listing Concierge. So I did want to go over that. Does anybody have any questions on this portion? No? Cool. All right, guys. So that's literally all I have. It only took 15 minutes. So that's pretty good for a training, but this is just a how-to of walking through Listing Concierge and how to get your leads. If you guys have any issues or want to walk through it in person, feel free to reach out and we can set up a time to go over it. But otherwise, have a great Monday. Have a great week. Hope you guys are enjoying summer. See ya.